My name is Chazan Mike Stein, and I'm glad to be here at Congregation HaYam, and to those on the streaming as well. Welcome. How good it is for all of us to be together. Hine matovu manai shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manai shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manai shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manai shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, hine matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine matov, hine matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine matovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. And here's the way they do it in Uganda. Hine matov manai shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov manai shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov manai shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanai shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is to sit as one, brothers and sisters together as one. Hine matov umanai shevet achim gam yachad. So on Shabbat, we light the candles, and when we light the candles, angels come and greet us for Shabbat. And what happens is when you walk home and somebody was at home and lit the candles, right? The angels say, every Shabbat should be like this, right? And if somebody doesn't light the candles, they say, every Shabbat should not be like this. Our guardian angels. We're going to talk a little bit about angels today. Actually, tomorrow. Interesting. But here we go. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Elyon, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Burchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitrem. Tzeitrem l'shalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mihi melech malachei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Sabbath of peace. Let's read a little bit about that on page 14 at the bottom in the English. Let's read together. Dear God, help us now to make this a new Shabbat. After noise, we seek quiet. After crowds of indifferent strangers, we seek to touch those we love. After concentration on work and responsibility, we seek freedom to meditate, to listen to our inward selves. We open our eyes to the hidden beauties and the infinite possibilities in the world you are creating. We break open the gates of the reservoirs of goodness and kindness in ourselves and in others. We reach toward one holy, perfect moment of Shabbat. Beautiful poem. Okay, we're going to go to page 15. We're going to do Lechuna Ranina. And I think we're going to stay in Africa for another few pieces here. This is just so much fun for me. Be going in October after I spend Sukkot in Israel. I'll be flying through Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. I got to stop in Ethiopia one time and visit the Jews there. I visit Jews all over the world, wherever they are. Lechuna Ranana. And you'll hear it pretty quickly how it goes. Lechuna Ranana Ladonai Nariya Litzor Yishenu Litzor Yishenu Lechuna Ranana Ladonai Nariya Litzor Yishenu Litzor Yishen Nekat Mafana Bitoda Bismirot Narialon Bitoda Bismirot Narialon Lechune Ranina Ladonai Nariya Litzor Yishenu Litzor Yishenu. We skip down to the bottom of the page where the box is. Arba'im shana akut v'dor ve'o amar amom tohevav lehem. Arba'im shana akut v'dor ve'o amar am tohevav lehem. V'chu neranina ladonai nariya litzor yishenu. Litzor Yishenu Litzor Yishenu. Okay, page 19. We're going to read responsively in the Hebrew, in the English. Okay, and then I'm going to sing the Chatima in the Hebrew. Okay, so I'll go first. I always want to say responsible reading instead of responsive reading, but it's English. Let's read with introducing Shabbat. Adonai is sovereign, nations tremble, God is enthroned on high, the very earth quivers. Together, Adonai is great in Zion, exalted over all peoples. Let them praise God, for God is awesome, holy. Sovereign, mighty rules with a love of justice. You alone bring about equity, ordaining justice and compassion for the people of Jacob. Exalt Adonai our God, worship God who is holy. Moses, Aaron, and Shmuel, God's chosen ones, called out to Adonai, who answered them in a cloud. They zealously strove to obey the divine law, and even when God's decrees were beyond, you responded to them with compassion, even as you rebuked them for their offenses. Extol Adonai and bow toward God's holy mountain. Adonai is holy. All right, since we have a small group here, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have fun. All right, and we say that we go to God's holy mountain to praise God. It means exalted. It also means a high place, right? And what do you do in a high place, especially if you're in the Alps? Romemu Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu B'shtachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu. You guys try it. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu B'shtachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu. Oh, yes. A little trip. It's really amazing, though. Yerushalayim, built on that mountain, and it's very exciting to go up that mountain, up and higher and closer and closer and closer to our holy and sacred places. It's amazing to go up there. I remember a long time ago there used to be a truck stop there, and it was dedicated to Elvis Presley. You could go up the mountain and get an Elvis Presley glass from Jerusalem. Did you have one? All right. You know what? It's getting warm in here for me. So what I'm going to do, I'll take my jacket. Does anybody? I don't think anybody cares. Next prayer we're going to do is Psalm number 29. And we're going to do it to a Karlebach melody. Rabbi Karlebach was one of the great composers of Jewish music. They say that his music came min hashamayim, from the heavens. It seems like his melodies just brought something down from heaven. And we sing them. So here, let's find it here. It's to page 20. Thank you. Page 20. That's too low. Mizmor leDavid, Avu l'Adonai b'nei Eli, Avu l'Adonai kavod ba'oz, ay, 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 Avu l'Adonai, give כבוד שמה השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש. כל אדוני על המים אל הכבוד הרים. אדוני על מים רבים. איי 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 כל אדוני בהדר כל אדוני שובר ארזים שבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון ואת ארזי הלבנון וירא קידם כמו עגל רענון וסיריון כמו בן רממים. איי 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 כל אדוני עוצב להבות אש כל אדוני יכיל מדבר יכיל אדוני מדבר קדש כל אדוני יכול אל איילות ויחסוף יערות והחולו אומר דוד איי 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 אדוני למה הוא ישב וישב אדוני מלך לעוד אדוני עוד לעמו ייתן אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. איי 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 We'll continue now with the Chadodi, the first two paragraphs and on page 21 and the last two on page 22. All right. I'm going to do a Craig Taubman version of this. I haven't done it in a long time. Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei p'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei p'nei Shabbat nekabela la 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 Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei p'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei p'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamur v'zachor v'dibur echad Tishme'anu el hamichad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shem u'tiferet v'litila la 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 Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei p'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei p'nei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu b'necha Ki mekor haberacha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sufa aseh b'machshava tchila la 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 Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei p'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei p'nei Shabbat nekabela Umin usmol tiferotzi Bet Adonai ta'aritzi Al yad ish ben parti V'nismecha v'nahagila Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei p'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei p'nei Shabbat nekabela Now we all all rise, please, and we face the door as we bring in the Shabbat. Oh, Erev Shalom, Gam Besimcha, Besola, Tohemune, Amsegula, Borichala, Borichala, la 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 la, Lechadodi, Likat, Likat, la, B'nei B'nei Shabbat, Likabula, Lechadodi, Likat, Likat, la, B'nei B'nei Shabbat, Likabula. B'nei B'nei Shabbat Nikavela, B'nei B'nei Shabbat Nikavela. Thank you. May be seated. So we stood up to welcome the Shabbat Queen. That whole metaphor, that whole idea, it originates from the Kabbalists, right? And they had this mystical idea that Shabbat was the queen, right? And that books could stay open if you tried. Okay. I'm going to do since we're here, I'm going to do a Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat that I wrote. I think I played it here before for a concert. But it's based on the prayer on page 23. Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat Tov Lehodot L'Adonai. Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat Uzamer L'Shimcha Elyon. Sing a song of Shabbat. It's good to sing God's praise. Sing a song of Shabbat. Exalted is God's name. Morning and evening. Benevel v'chino. On the strings of the heart. We sing unto the Lord. Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat Tov Lehodot L'Adonai. Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat Uzamer L'Shimcha Elyon. Tzadik Tamar Yifrach, the righteous flourish like a palm. Standing right, standing tall like a cedar in Lebanon. Morning and evening, Benevel v'chinor, on the strings of the heart, we sing to the Lord. On page 23, we'll read together Mizmor Shir, Baruch Hu Chatima. Oh, 28. Okay, sorry. We're not going to do that. Normally what we do now is we study a little Torah. The rabbis always figured that we have people together, we'll study Torah. That's why on Monday and Thursday, we read Torah, right? There's a time when we have people together, even 5 minutes, even a few minutes, but speaking Torah, learning Torah. And then when you do that, you're able to say the Mourner's Kaddish. Is there anybody who is observing your side here? And I'm sorry we can't do it, but we can take a moment to think about the blessed one of memory. So we won't do the Baruch Hu, but we'll start on page 28, and let's read page 28 at the bottom of the page, light and darkness, night and day. Okay? I'll go first. Light and darkness, night and day, we marvel at the mystery of stars. Together, moon and sky, sand and sea, we marvel at the mystery of sun. Twilight, high noon, dusk and dawn, though we are mortal, we are creation's crown. Flesh and bone, steel and stone, we dwell in fragile, temporary shape. Grant steadfast love, compassion, grace, sustain us, O God. Our origin is dust. Majesty, mercy, love endure. We are but little lower than the angels. Resplendent skies, sunset, sunrise, the grandeur of creation lifts our lives. Evening darkness, morning dawn. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai tzivot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid imochalenu le'olam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai, Amari Aravi. Continue on the next page, page 29, with Ahavat Olam. Page 29. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta. Torah, mitzvot, chukim umishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shochveinu, b'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה. כי הם חיינו ויורך ימים, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה. כי הם חיינו ויורך ימים, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה. ואהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. So the paragraph we just read means that we are grateful for all the love that God has shown us by giving us Torah, showing us his ways, her ways. And we say, we love you, a declaration of love to God. With the next page, on page 30. You know, the Shema is supposed to have 248 words. Why is that? Because that's the number of bones that the ancient world thought there was in the human body. That was our makeup. That was our being. And it says to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with everything you have. So the rabbis thought, wouldn't it be nice if there were 248 words in the Shema so that we can declare that we love God with all of our heart, with all of our soul, with every single part of our body. And so that's when we sing Adonai Elohechem Emet. But when we don't have a minyan, Instead, on page 30 on the top, you'll see it says, if there is no minyan, add El Melech Ne'eman. And you'll see that it's an acrostic. The first letter, Aleph, the first word, the first letter, second word, Mem, and the last letter, the first letter of the last word, Nun. Amen. Right? Means I believe, I have faith. Emunah. Here we go with Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך Uvisharecha. And we'll read together the English paragraph. It says in the Talmud that if you don't understand Hebrew, this is one of the most important prayers. You should say it in whatever language you speak. So we'll do it in the English. You shall love Adonai, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. And these words which I command you this day, you shall take to heart. Teach them diligently to your children, and recite them at home and away, night and day. Bind them as a sign upon your hand, and as a reminder above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your homes and upon your gates. We'll turn the page now, and we'll go to Lema'an Tizkaru on page 31. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Okay, good. Let's go to page 32. For Micha Mocha, these words that were said at the Sea of Reeds when we crossed over. Who was like you, God? Glorious, splendor, creating miracles. Here we go. I'm going to do my jazz service version of this. Uh-oh. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא, תהילות אוסף אלה. One more time. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא, תהילות ובניך בוקי הים לפני משה, זה אלי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא, תהילות אוסף אליהם. ונאמר כי פדרנו יד יעקב לא מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל We turn to page 33. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom. Cause us, O Lord our God, to lie down in peace. V'ha'amidenu malkeinu, and have us rise up our King unto life. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom. V'ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu Sukat shilomecha Ufros aleinu Sukat shilomecha Hashkivenu Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chayim. Baruch atah Adonai Haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. We turn now to page 34 and we rise. Shamru. Invite everyone to sing along. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם, עוד היא לעולם. ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We take a moment now for silent meditation, which we will find starting on 35b, and we go all the way to page 40. Prayers of our heart, prayers that are in the Siddur, and prayers that we find in our heart. עושה עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. So we're going to take some time now to learn. We say a bissel of Torah, a little bit of Torah, and want to start off talking about this week's Torah portion, Ki Titzeh, right? It has 74 mitzvot. 74 mitzvot. Out of 613, it has 74. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But tonight, I want to talk about one that I thought was pretty significant. In fact, I never really realized that this paragraph in the Torah, these two lines, were for us with kavod hamet, with honor for the dead, to bury them within 24 hours or as soon as possible. And we know that it's not always possible in 24 hours, and that's not really a steadfast rule, but we try. But here's what it says in the Torah this week. If someone is guilty of a capital offense and is put to death, and you impale the body on a stake, you must not let the corpse remain on the stake overnight, but must bury it on the same day. For an impaled body is an affront to God. You shall not defile the land that the eternal your God is giving you to possess. Okay, that's very, very loaded, very, very loaded statement. But the rabbi is using kal v'chomer, this idea of that if then, right, if a person is a criminal, right, who's charged with a criminal and is executed, if so much respect and so much kavod, so much honor is given to him, then everybody deserves even more that honor of being buried this, in a timely manner. And it made me think about a very, very dear friend and colleague. Jerusalem Post calls him a great, brave Muslim. And he's here today because, you know what, he lives up in this area, and he is the president of the Multi-Faith Harmony Coalition based in Santa Barbara. And we'll learn more about him, but he is an early pioneer of interfaith relationships over decades of bringing people together. As a student, he co-founded over 25 Muslim student organizations in Southern California. He has performed Muslim services as a volunteer Muslim chaplain for those who are incarcerated, and has worked with former gang members to develop strategies for conflict resolution. He has also worked with law enforcement to bridge the gap between law enforcement and communities they serve. He is a recipient of the White House Faith Leadership Award. Mr. Khan traveled to Jerusalem with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s son and Rabbi David Ben Ami, whom Dr. King gave the title of Civil Rights Rabbi, to promote nonviolence and interfaith harmony. Please welcome, please. This is really a story that you have got to hear that concerns this very mitzvah.
Hello, shalom to everyone. It's a it's a pleasure to be in the temple and to hear the praises of God, you know, and to hear my friend Hassan, who I call him the chanter Hassan, with the golden voice and the golden heart, you know. I think your subject is about the importance of a quick burial. Uh, you know, our body is just a container that carries the soul, and the soul is the light from God in us. And the journey of the soul doesn't go home to the next world till the body's in the ground. So in Islam, and as well as I learned from Judaism, that it's very important to bury the body as soon as possible. My father died when I was like 11, 12 years old. And he made it very clear. He knew he was going, taught me the prayers before the prayers that you read when someone passes on. He knew he was going, but he made it very clear that don't hesitate 1 minute. My body should be in the ground. And so what happened to me, and what Hassan was talking about, years ago, I was invited to an event where the parents of Hadar Golden were in town and speaking about their son who was killed during a ceasefire, and his body wasn't returned by those who killed him. And she was grieving, you know, and her and the husband were very sad because, you know, obviously they want the closure for their son, you know, and so they asked me, what does Islam say about death and burial? And I explained that, what I just mentioned, that the soul doesn't go home till the body's in the ground. And although for parents, that's their son, but the Creator who owns all of us. And it's the Creator wants the soul home. Just as much as the parents, if not more. So I invited her to visit. She asked if she could visit the mosque, and she came and in Los Angeles, and then we had a beautiful discussion about what was going on with her and her son and their life, and the good news is she communicated to me recently that her son's body has been returned and there's closure. And obviously it was years, but and for me inviting her to the mosque and for her visiting, that was videotaped, and the video went viral, and some people didn't appreciate. They thought it was too political for me to do that. And but you know, when you do the work for the Creator, when I say work for the Creator is when we like chant like Hassan and speak about the greatness and the goodness of God and encourage people any way we can to be positive and help the needy. When a mother is bereaved, that's God is testing me, see what I can do. Doesn't matter what faith, what religion. What matters is that we're all created by God, and a mother her heart's in pain because she wants closure, And the test comes like, am I going to help this lady, this human being, or am I just going to say, oh, okay, and move on? And so I think that in our life, we all get tested in different ways, but the the goal of our life is to return and go home to the next world. And this is what I appreciate about, and many Muslims appreciate about those who observe this concept that when the body, when it physically stops, it must go to the grave. And so when Hassan asked me to say a few words about the subject, I thank you for that, because it's very deep and very important. Me, myself, I have my own company. I help other companies grow. I do consulting. But my passion has always been doing humanitarian work and multi-faith harmony. That's always been my passion. I think so recently, the organization that we have is called the Multi-Faith Coalition Harmony. I spoke to Senator Ben Allen, who's my senator, and I said, Senator, we got a lot of heritage months. You name the heritage, there's a month for it. But we don't have a multi-faith heritage month. All faiths should celebrate. So can we have an all-faith month? And he said, sure. So I wrote up the words, and now it's the law. December is Multi-Faith Heritage Month. And I'll present that. I'll give the resolution, the law, to the temple here for you as a gift. So I don't want to be lengthy, Shabbat. My idea, whenever I do speeches publicly, is if you can't say it in 5 minutes, don't say it. So I just want to end by saying that it's really my pleasure being in your house of God. It's like my house. I feel the angels present, and it's really my honor to be here. Thank you, Hassan.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you here, always with us. He won't tell you, but he worked the idea of a Muslim fighting for a Jewish soldier to be returned so that he can be buried was quite controversial for him, and he's very, very brave thing to do. And that's his concept. That is his concept about interfaith work. It's interfaith. It's the ideals and the tenets of faith that should drive interfaith work and not politics, right? The idea was this man should have been buried, whether he was Jewish or Muslim, Israeli or whatever. And I can't thank you enough for that work. I'm so proud of you.
The important aspect is that when the parents talk to me about their son, that's like my mother. Because I remember my mother, I have a brother, I went to Ventura High here locally, and I had a brother who went to Vietnam. He was a Navy corpsman in Vietnam, and he came back messed up. Like most people, that generation. If my brother would be gone for 3 days, you should see the pain in her heart. And she'll tell me, call the police, file missing persons. And so when I met Miss Golden, I saw that pain in her. It's like my mother who wants her son to go home. And And whatever the consequence we do to help others, it's in God's hands. It's not even in our hands. Because God brought that situation to us to see if we do the right thing. So, so but the whole point of this service is that it pains me. You know, I'll give you an example of I helped a lot of people do conflict resolution in the past between gangs. You know, former gang members changing their lives around. And you go to many funerals in the neighborhood. And a lot of people, although I'm not Christian, they asked me to do prayers. So I came, there was one individual who passed away, but he passed away through cancer young, but he was very instrumental in ending violence, gang violence, very like a peacemaker on the street. So when I came to do the prayer and I did the prayer, then I'm like, where's the casket? And then they brought the on. They cremated him. And I was, I was sad. And I asked his wife, why'd you cremate? He says, because it's the cheapest option. And I was thinking in my mind, Chazan, in the inner city, people are poor all their life, and imagine when they die, they don't have the money to be buried the way they're supposed to. So the importance of burial is just crucial.
It's a story that we don't live, right? As people that the poor, being poor is a cycle, and it's very, very difficult to break that cycle. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Because I'm in the temple, I like to read one prayer in Hebrew. And it Baruch Shemu li olam va'id. It Baruch Shemu li olam va'id. Blessed is your name forever and ever.
Beautiful. Thank you. You know what? We're about to do the kiddush. Would you like to have the honor of holding the wine for the kiddush? You would rise. But then you have to hand it to me. And then you can ask it. Because I said the prayer, I got to do it right away. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ava uvratzon hilanu Zikaron lemaaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziyat Mitzrayim ki vanu bacharta v'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashavat. Okay. No, you can't. All right. I have a Muslim brother-in-law. He can never have a drink when we go out. now I remember. That's fantastic. Can I say something really quick, and then we'll finish up? Why we drink wine as a symbol of joy? Why? Okay, so you think about it. A peach falls by itself to the ground. An apple, an orange, a pear. But grapes, they come in a bunch. They come all wrapped together. And we call that achdut, oneness. And we are oneness. That's why it's so special to me that you held the cup of our wine. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככוהם. הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשיבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ ועל הארץ מתחת. אין עוד ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Please be seated. I am supposed to do announcements. Should I do it like they do on the radio? 50%. No obligation. Okay. No. We have services tomorrow morning. Parashat Ki Tetzeh. I look forward to leading services then. And I want to thank Rabbi Ron Goldberg, a dear friend, for letting me take over his bima or his floor, whichever. Okay, so upcoming services, well, I said that already. The 21st, 22nd, September 4th, and the 5th. Erev Rosh Hashanah, are you getting a notice about all those services? I'm not going to mention them all. There are classes on Zoom. There's a Musar class with Fran Land. Oh, I love her. At 7 p.m. on Thursday. We'll resume in October on Zoom. The gift shop, thanks to Lynn Freeman, our gift shop is back in business. There are many beautiful items for the upcoming holidays and more. I got something last time I was here. See the September Migdalor and our website. Apples allowed to participate in the mitzvah of giving a sweet offering to relatives and congregants. It's never too early to complete and send in your form. Forms are also on the table in our entrance. Fundraiser or gift cards. Visit www.congregationamhayam.com and click on the Giving tab on the right-hand side of the menu bar. You will see a link to view all the available retailers. Please see the flyer in the Migdalor, and please email Brenda Rich at president@Congregation HaYam, who will order your selections. You win, and Congregation HaYam wins. See flyers for information on website Migdalor front table. Okay. I would like to announce the yurt sites at this time. Unfortunately, we can't say the mourner's Kaddish because it requires 10, and so that people can respond. And if there aren't 10, we can't. Leo Rosen, father of Ruth Rosen. Max Beck, father-in-law of Florence Beck. Marvin Abramson, father of Neil Abramson. Bernard Bob Weiner, husband of Myrna Weiner, Zikrono Livracha. Lisa Widero Kadansky, sister-in-law of Miriam Mack. May their memories all be for a blessing. And we'll finish our service with Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, hey, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Good Shabbos, everyone.